Welcome back, folks. Welcome. This is your friendly Dr. Afro speaking. Now, I was looking at a website here called True Ventures. It is a seed capital firm. I was trying to present the question to them about pre-seed capital for companies who developed a concept but who haven't produced revenue yet. But nowhere near their cousin, akin to Facebook, which has done the same thing. Facebook didn't make any money for years since the exception, but it just gathered a crowd and gathered a crowd and gathered a crowd and gathered more and more people without making any profit. So yet they were invested in over hundreds of millions upon hundreds of millions without making any profit. So this is a question for the much smaller entrepreneur. Let's say up to $99,000 US with conditions, with oversight from a law firm. Ideally, who gets a much small little fee, a moderate fee for their oversight, as well as a share in the profit for oversighting, acting as a comptroller, so to speak, over the funds. Meaning the law firm has to sign off and permit the funds to be spent only on business related expenses, so that the money is not blown through like so many much larger investments. People blow through the money, and in the end, they turn out to be duds. As most in Silicon Valley, it is expected that you're going to invest a majority of duds, but you just need one or two successful companies out of, let's say, 100 to make up for the rest of the duds. But in the Dr. Afro is highlighting that in the Afro ethnic group, who get very little to none of any share of seed, pre-seed, or angel capital, angel investment, or whatever, or peer-to-peer lending. But the best would be angel investment, small personal investment, micro angels or whatever, or medium-sized angels or whatever. The Afro-American group in particular, and Afros in general, Africans as well, get very little to none, no share of the capital, as well as participate in funding, but mostly being recipients, their ideas and their concepts, their companies. I've seen some of the silliest things get funded, so I'm going to try to make a call right now, and let's see. I sent an email a week ago. Initially, this gentleman took with Dr. Afro's extremist monikers hanging over him. Who knows what's going on with communications, private contractors, attaching phone numbers to IDs, identifications, geospatial location via the NRO, National Reconnaissance Office, or NSA, or geospatial agency, and GSM usage, CDMA usage of phones, UTMS, all of that has a geolocation positional aspect. And if they know where you live, know where you reside, and identity and elevation, all that, they can lock into that and dig into your communications, even though you're doing nothing. And it's disgusting. It's right out disgusting. So I'm going to see. It took him 8 weeks since 2010 to give you only a reply in February, beginning of February 2011. 8 weeks to return your call. Why 8 weeks? I don't know, gentlemen. Christian. So I'm going to see if Christian is going to have anything to say for me, since I sent him an email a week ago. And he said he would be traveling, but most contemporary businessmen.
Hello, and thank you for calling True Ventures. If you know your party's extension, you may dial it at any time. For a dial by name directory, please press 9. To leave a message, please press 0. Thank you. Hello, and thank you for calling True Ventures. If you know your party's extension, you may dial it at any time. To dial by first name, please press 1. To dial by last, welcome to the directory. Please enter the first 3 letters of your party's first name using your touchtone keypad. Use the 7 key for Q and the 9 key for Z.
All right, folks, let's see what the deal is.
Christian Morgan. If this is the person you are looking for, press 1 now. Otherwise,
you've reached Christian Morgan at True Ventures. Please leave a message after the tone.
Please leave your message after the tone. When done, hang up or press the pound key. Sorry, but the user's mailbox can't accept more messages. To dial another extension, enter it now. Or press 0 to return to the main menu. To go. Hello, and thank you for calling True Ventures. ventures.
Okay.
If you know your party's extension, you may
Here's
dial it
the
at any
box is
time.
full,
For a dial by name directory, please press 9.
and there's no
To
operator.
leave a message, please press 0. Thank you.
The number you have dialed was not in service. Please check the number and dial again.
Okay, so you can see what's going on for yourself. Let's try this one more time. It says his mailbox is full. Try to leave a message with the generic operator at 0, or the generic voicemail at 0, since there's no operator who answers the line.
Hello, and thank you for calling True Ventures. If you know your party's extension, you may dial
I'm
it
going
at
to go
any
right to
time.
0,
For a dial by name directory, please press 9.
and let's see what
To
happens.
leave a message, please press 0. Thank you.
0.
The number you have dialed was not in service. Please check the number and dial again.
So, folks, how do you in both numbers for Palo Alto, the Palo Alto number also is the number for their San Francisco office, and Dr. Afro is located in San Francisco. So how do you reach people in a climate like this, folks? How do you reach people? Only by email. You may be monitored, you may be marginalized. I use the terms may, because it's all supposition and assumption. But it is quite odd that a businessman in today's contemporary time does not answer his email if you send him, and whether he's traveling or not, because emails are the lifeblood of their business and communications in this time, 2011. He does not answer or return the email to you within a week, within a 7 to 9 day period. Does not reply. And then previously, the last email he sent, he only replied to you after 8 weeks. Folks, what's going on? Dr. Afro only wants you to see a smithering tether or what he's undergoing, and this is outright. I haven't beat that drum yet, and I'm not going to beat that drum, the ethnic drum or the race drum or whatever. It's not race; it's actually ethnicity. But folks, something is amiss. Something is not right. So I just want you to see for yourself that this is not imaginary. I hope you get time to be able to send a soft copy of that application. My only niyat is I don't want any cash directed to me directly. I want to be able to clear my driver's license so I can work, inshallah. So I can work. I have all the documentation to prove everything in the agency and the relevant authorities to be paid. I didn't know about the fix-it ticket. I remember clearing it 3 years ago. I remember going through great trouble to try to get the back light, the rear light to satisfy this fix-it ticket. I remember that, and sending information to Sacramento, but I don't know, in light of what I've been through, I don't know what's going on with electronic manipulation, communications, or whatever. I don't know what's going on, but apparently it popped back up when I tried to apply for a TSA TWIC card. So, long story short, inshallah, I hope you can help. If you can't, just let me know or send me an email as to why you can't help, and I hope there was nothing forwarded your way or any intimidation or anything like that, as it is all conjecture, it's all not true. I'm a straight standing person, and I've been maligned behind my back, and I've been made sullied in character assassination. This is not true, and I can defeat it easily in light of evidence. So inshallah, that's my need. I just want to work and need help to work, and you are a Muslim community, and I'm reaching out to the Muslim community. I'm trying so hard, inshallah, and I'm not a fasiq, I'm not a sinner, I don't have girlfriends, I don't drink, none of that, inshallah. Jazakallah wa salam.
If you're satisfied with the message, press 1. To listen to your message, to send your message with normal delivery, press 1. Thank you. Your message has been sent.
And remember, folks, it is the 18th of February, and I met him last Friday evening to try to get help. And as of now, still haven't gotten any email with the soft copy of a help application within the Muslim community. So this is the type of stuff, folks, whether I'm too dark or too African looking, this is what I'm facing here. This is what I've been facing. This is why I did not and do not like living in the U.S., as it is mostly Anglo-oriented, and there's no fault or direction to you who have Anglo, Irish, Scottish, English ancestry. It's just the people who come here, Pakistanis, Indians, Arabs. A lot of people want to fit in with the majority or the not majority now, as the Latino population is dominant, but they want to fit in with the conquering culture, not the subdued ethnic groups like Afro-Americans, but they want to fit in with the conquerors, the winners, the predominant culture, law enforcement, power, law, legal apparatus, money, and that is people of Anglo or Jewish ancestry or European ancestry. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing to blame with that or those people in their success. But if you shun, it is a sin, and it's not only a sin, it's morally depraved to shun a fellow Muslim because somebody says this and this and this and this and this about the person, and it's unsubstantiated. Even if a police officer came and said this guy is a bad guy and we thinking he's under investigation, don't help him. It's a sin, and it's morally depraved, and it is reprehensible. It is loathsome to do that to a fellow Muslim who you know he's not a drug addict, he's not a fasik, which in Islam means somebody who's committing sins in the religious or moral sense, girlfriends, fornicating outside of marriage, selling themselves, selling dope, using the money for dope, robbing stores, stealing, and you reject them like that. It is an outright sin. It is actually prosecutable in the divine sense, not in the legal sense, but in the divine sense that what goes around will come around for doing such a thing. It is highly believed in Islam, and it is said that the Prophet, the Holy Prophet, we believe the Holy Prophet Muhammad. You may not like Muhammad, but we love Muhammad. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Peace and blessings be upon him. The perpetual peace be upon him and blessings. He said that a Muslim loves for his brother what he loves for himself. And that could even mean for a non-Muslim, meaning that if you don't want that person to have the success or comfort that you have, and you're depriving them in some kind of way, you're holding him up, you're messing up his life, and you're watching him and you're relishing in his suffering because he's racially inferior or whatever. You just don't like his looks. And he said the Muslim wants his brother what he wants for what he wants for himself. Same thing as the honorable blessed Son of Mary, Jesus Christ, who we believe also is actually redheaded. When he returns, we await him as well. It said, do unto others as you would do unto yourself. This is definitely not do unto others as you would do unto yourself. And these are people I'm contacting that are wealthy, my friends, far exceedingly, and that is their wealth. God, whatever you want to believe, God, circumstances are giving them, and they've been in contact with you initially with Dr. Afro as if they want to help, and then suddenly doing about face with no reason. So you want for your brother what you want for yourself, as our prophet, our holy prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, has said, and that he who does not have this in his heart or does not inculcate this has no faith. No faith, no belief rests in that heart. Basically, they are non-Muslim. They're out of the fold of Islam, out of the fold of belief in general, or God orientation. So, folks, this is right in front of your eyes. You see, and Dr. Afro, unfortunately, has to show you the truth of what's going on. This is why he did not want to return to San Francisco, to the Bay Area, though there is wealth and affluence, but there are a lot of conditions or people you have to please, and please in a lot of ways that you might not want to, in order to get some access to the wealth or to get a few crumbs, and Dr. Afro is not willing to do that.